Good morning everyone. In this video I'm going to analyze the live price action for EU and DXY to see what opportunities they may be today. You're going to see my strategy and my analysis, so if you're interested in those then please stick around. Right, let's start off here on the daily. Now EU is on the top, DXY is on the bottom. What does the daily show us? Well, yesterday we had another bearish day. Now reading into this high test sort of doji here, we can see that clearly price pulled up into some kind of premium of the previous day's leg and possibly mitigated something and pulled back down, closing out bearish for the day. Now we did mitigate our daily imbalance between here, right? So you can see why we contracted from all this sell side liquidity below the previous daily low and this imbalance and closed out how we did. Obviously that support may just be temporary, maybe a one day kind of support. It is Friday today, so it may just pull back somewhat. The inverse obviously on DXY, we closed out as a bullish day. We don't have the same POY on the daily, so at the current moment we've rejected our daily order block here and we've pulled back. Now what else is there on the daily? Well, lastly we've got our previous daily highs and lows, which are still intact I believe on EU, and I'm not sure on DXY. We may have just swept the previous daily high, but we'll see on the lower time frame, which means buy side liquidity has been swept. So let's go down to the 4 hour and see what that shows us. So on the 4 hour we've pulled back towards our POI discount draw perfectly within the discount. We still have the imbalance and order block there to fill. At the current moment we're finding some support at the top of the order block where the daily imbalance is, which may have us temporarily pull back before we continue down into this order block if that's what price does. But yeah, we have made it to a discount. The price action is very clear. You can see our internal structure is making lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So everything looks quite predictable at the moment. So the good indication of that for a possible bullish EU is that we have our discount POI and we are pulling back rather corrective to it, leaving buy side liquidity highs behind. So once we get down to this area, it may indicate that we're going to have a bullish continuation there, but we'll see. I don't want to predict the future too much. We have clear 4 hour order block and imbalance here, back into the premium of this new internal leg, which we'll see closer on the 1 hour, so I won't draw out these imbalances POIs here. Inversely, DXY showing the same. We can have this very corrective pullback here into this premium. We've got this nice trend line for sell side liquidity here if price was to continue bearish from this area. Now the difference is we have pulled back into that imbalance already in the premium where our order block is. We're not quite there yet on EU, so we may see some divergence in the future, which may also give the same indication of strength to EU. But main takeaways from the 4 hour is we've got a 4 hour bullish leg. We're still correctively pulling back, creating that good internal lower high, lower low structure. At the moment in this new leg here, we seem to be pulling back, right, to make a possible lower high up here. So bias wise for the day, of course, we're still in that bearish trend, but by the looks of it, where we are with support from this daily imbalance, we can expect some sort of bullish behavior in the morning. And then once we arrive into these areas, we can look for a short bias as well towards our discount POI draw. So we have some clear direction for the time being. So let's go down to the 1 hour and see what that shows us. So now on the 1 hour, as we can see on the 4 hour, we are creating those lower highs, lower lows. So the 1 hour, we have this new fresh leg here, this new bearish leg where we created a new low. Right, tapped into that daily imbalance, found some support here. So price has made that new internal sort of structure where we slightly pulled back, made a higher low. Now we've made a higher high on the 1 hour internally. So it does look like we're having some bullish price action from here to possibly pull back to more of a premium within this leg. We do have some slight resistance here because we have this 1 hour POI with imbalance. So we'll see what price does. But the intention looks there. Of course, we go from premiums to discounts, premiums to more of a discount again. We have a good POI up here, so this is a price draw as well. And from a discount, we like to go long. So like I mentioned on the 4-hour, especially with this internal price shift now, I think for the morning at least, we can be more counter trend and look for longs if they present themselves. So bearish leg, order block, POI as a price draw, and we're in a discount, and we can see we've had an internal structure shift there on the 1 hour. Now if we look at DXY, we have our bullish leg here, and we're doing the same. And if we look even closer, we've clearly got some SMC divergence here. We've taken that previous daily high buy side liquidity. We didn't take the previous daily low on EU, so that's SMC divergence, which indicated strength, which we can see playing out at the moment. So another indicator in our bias to having a bullish morning, at least while we're in the discount. So I think everything's clear there. Let's go down to the 15 minutes, see what opportunities we might have this morning. So on the M15, we have that same bearish 1 hour leg here. Now we can see that internal shift a lot clearer. This yellow box here is the Asia session. We can see that SMC divergence where we made that higher low, and we can see where we made that slight higher high, taking that buy side liquidity on DXY. So price has shifted above these highs here. So we've broken structure, and price doesn't look like it's coming back from the other side of Asia, right? This buy side liquidity above here has done nothing to turn price back at the moment. So we do look very bullish. My only problem this morning for how I like to execute is that I can't see a clear lower time frame imbalance yet and order block. So we've broken that structure, but there's not much here left behind. I prefer this order block to be unmitigated personally, because I would like an imbalance there just to give that order block some verification. Otherwise, I think everything looks great in terms of a bullish session, a bullish behavior to pull back to a premium. Plus it's a Friday, usually we'll have some sort of pullback type behavior and maybe close as a doji overall for the day. So even here on the 5 minute, nothing is very clear. We're making those 5 minute high highs, but as I said, we've not left a clear imbalance behind. So I don't like when price action does this, because it just looks like a corrective trend line if I do want to trade bullish. So back up to the 15 minute. So I think I'll be patient with this. No rush. Let me draw out something that I would like to see. If conditions change during the day, then maybe I'll trade with something else. But I think I'll wait for price to pull back to wherever. It may come back and actually respect this order block here, even though it's mitigated. There's nothing wrong with it, price doing that, and make a new higher high, let's say above here, right? So we'll have another break of structure, and then what I'm hoping is around this area here where we pull back to, we will have created an order block with imbalance, with that clear momentum, so that we can trade bullish towards that premium. So I hope that's clear. I'm waiting for another break of structure above some highs it creates here. It could do that anywhere. Inducement possibly during its pullback above the order block. Order block with imbalance on the lower time frame. And then I would set my order stop loss just below the low to trade towards that premium. Now if there's some lower time frame internal liquidity swept, that would be great. But this would be more of a continuation of order flow. But yes, I would prefer if when price pulls back, it leaves something around this area like this inducement here, so that it sweeps it and breaks above again. But this would still be going with the high time frame, SMC divergence, discount, break of structure, multiple break of structures. So we're with the order flow, break of structure here, break of structure again here. We've got the buy side liquidity from the previous daily high on DXY, and we've got our price draws above here and below on DXY. So I hope that made sense. I hope everything was clear and you gained value from that. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.